Boom! Yay! VikzeLink! Hey! Boom! A quest! Oh!
Greetings.
The children you see here were all rescued from Tauraju when the fighting started. I'm trying to track down their parents. One of the refugees you rescued from the Quillboar recognized the strongest child as belonging to Courage and Maure Sternhorn. Moreover, he said Courage was camped at the Fields of Blood, just north of the Tauraju massacre site. Glirda, please go there and tell Courage Sternhorn that his child is alive and well.
Find Courage Sternhorn at Vendetta Point in Southern Barrens. Oh, it's just to send you to the next... yeah, as you can see, there's a Vendetta Point. It's a flight path. But that's further south, so we'll do that later. We have other things to attend to, like plucking flowers. Yeah, it's more important to pick flowers than to tell someone that their child is alive and well. Ooh, here we have a flower. Behind this Deviate Terror. Hello everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Southern Barrens Horde. Unusual flower bud. Oh, during the week I've gotten a little bit rested. Yeah, 38%. No, wait. No, you can see the blue background here, but it's only up to that point. How? Well, yeah, I guess there is a maximum amount of rested you can be. It's like, I think it's 2 levels. So, during all the time since we did Ajara and the whole level squish and everything, many years ago, it's only ever been 2 levels ahead of me, and with the last recording session I caught up. So this is just 1 week's rested. I'm gonna catch that up today as well. And I think it's rested is only from killing monsters, right? Yeah, 200% of normal experience gained from monsters. Yeah, my face cam is covering that up, that text. And 7 out of 10. Need 3 more flowers. 3 more. Here is 1. Only 2 to go. So I realized last time, like right after I was done recording, I realized like, oh, I didn't take a screenshot of Glirda in the character selection screen to like update the thumbnail with. And since I already changed some of my gear to some new stuff, it was like, it's not important, it's just in my mind that it's important, but it's so much better now that the focus is regenerating faster. And there we go, finally. Finally, that didn't take long at all. I'm just saying things, you know. Saying things to say things. Ooh, a pillar bridge. The Nightmare Scar. Ah. Oh. That doesn't look good. That is probably a quest thing, but yeah, yeah, nightmare stuff. Yeah, it's over there. That's where we need to go. Then I went the wrong direction. I was saying about whoop. What was I? Oh yeah, because I usually, before I start a new World of Warcraft thing, I go to the character, I take a screenshot from how they looked last time I ended it, and I used that for the thumbnail. But now I already like switched out some gear stuff and sold it, so I couldn't buy it back. I had sold too much junk already, so it wasn't available for back purchase. I don't know. So yeah, Glirda had to look like this in the thumbnail. Not that you guys probably noticed until I said anything right now, but it's these. I'm a perfectionist. Okay, I'm a lazy perfectionist. Okay, so here we have him actually, Naralex. He came out of the Wailing Caverns when we rescued him and made his way over here. Lore-wise. Oh my, yeah, I have my TV on. I've been playing a little bit of Pikmin 4, the post-story, and the Switch just went into rest mode.
As druids, we are tasked with protecting the balance of nature. My life's work has gone against this. In my folly, I have sown chaos, and this deviant crop must be reaped before it spreads further.
What happened here?
Did you know that the Barrens was once a lush forest?
Just like Desolus was, that we learned when we did that zone, that was also a very lush zone. And you could see that in the middle of it, where the Cenarian Circle had managed to regrow some of its... yeah, we went over the story back there, but basically when Princess Theradras woke up, she like sucked in all the life of the zone to regenerate herself, like her energies. And that's why it was so desolate. Hence the name Desolus. But the Barrens apparently was as well.
Thousands of years ago, before the first Sundering.
The first Sundering? There was only one Sundering. The one where, yeah, the Well of Eternity imploded, basically, and the world was divided. So you can't say the first Sundering, there was only one.
It was verdant and thriving, watched over by the Kaldorei. But when the continents were torn apart and this land became separated as what we call Kalimdor, this valley of nature became a harsh, sun-scorched plain. When I first learned this, I saw it as a great tragedy. I decided I would find a way to regrow the forests once more.
How?
While studying the land, I discovered a cave that stretched deep beneath the earth. These waterways carried underground rivers for miles beneath the parched savanna above. I named them the Wailing Caverns, for the howls made by the wind and steam as they coursed through its depths. This would be the instrument of revival, I thought. The water had already bubbled to the surface as small, lush oases throughout the Barrens. If it were imbued, enhanced, this growth could spread across the entire land.
So what did you do?
My plan was to connect these underground waters directly to the Emerald Dream itself. With my faithful disciples, I journeyed deep within the Wailing Caverns, settled into meditation and entered the dream. Through my own body, this world was connected to it. It was there that everything went wrong.
What happened?
I came upon what I can only describe as an overwhelming corruption within the Emerald Dream, an unending nightmare that seized me in its claws and tore at my very mind. I could not break free of its grasp. My disciples were unable to wake me. Whatever this corruption was, it found its way into our world through my body. I did indeed channel its energies into the Wailing Caverns, and its horrible influence twisted the wildlife there into chaotic, deviate forms. Even my disciples were affected, their minds overcome by madness and savagery. They took on the forms of serpents and called themselves the Druid of the Fang.
How did you escape?
I was saved by my last disciple, Muryo, and a band of adventurers. I considered the entire incident a failure. It wasn't until the Cataclysm occurred that I realized I'd been far too successful. When the Barrens was cracked apart, a great font of underground water was breached and flowed up to the surface, full of the energies it was imbued with in the Wailing Caverns. Life immediately sprung from the earth around it, and the animals thrived. And then it continued to grow, uncontrollably, unchecked. Now I have to answer for my arrogance in thinking I could dictate the flow and shape of nature myself. This overgrowth must be stopped before it chokes out natural wildlife entirely.
May the stars guide you.
So yeah, he basically telling us about he tried to connect it to the Emerald Dream, but in the Emerald Dream he found some sort of corruption which is known as the Emerald Nightmare. And that, yeah, you heard the rest. I just read it to you.
How may I help?
A curious bloom.
Good luck, friend.
I am extremely busy, Hunter.
Yet you had time to tell me your entire life story?
Goddess.
Ah, samples from different parts of the Overgrowth? These will be immensely helpful, yes. Thank you, Hunter.
Till next we meet.
Oh, that finished Camp Unafe.
Be careful.
The energies unleashed here have surged through the wildlife, twisting them into powerful and unstable forms. If allowed to spread beyond this grove, these deviates will wreak havoc on the existing ecosystem, devouring local prey and driving out the weaker natural creatures. You must go and cull the population of the Overgrowth. Return when this task is done.
So no greetings or anything like that. He is like, hey, go and kill creatures. Kill 5 deviate terror tooths and 5 deviate plane striders. Okay, and here he is, Muyo, his disciple. His only surviving disciple. Everyone else became druids of the Fang, as if you remember back in the Caverns of Time. Not Caverns of Time, Wailing Caverns. So many caverns. But he's the only surviving one. He didn't... Well, he's also the only Tauren one. Everyone else was elves.
I have a few ideas on how to help heal the Overgrowth, Hunter. Unfortunately, Naralex is so upset he refuses to take any more chances.
Ancestors watch.
The corruption unleashed here must be studied if we're to find a way of properly fighting it. Luckily, not all the creatures have been as altered as others. The smaller snakes drink little water and do not eat plants, so their exposure to the energies here has been minimal. They've still absorbed enough to change coloration. Go collect these snakes from the Overgrowth and return them to me, so we can see just what is happening to the creatures here.
Collect 5 enervated adders.
Walk with the earth.
There's got to be a way to cure these poor creatures without having to take their lives. I have an idea, but I'll need your help, Hunter. The lashvine plants that roam here hold seeds full of primal energy of this place. Collect these for me, and bring them back, and we'll see if something can be done.
Collect 4 writhing seeds from lashvines.
We shall meet again.
I must say, both these voices that I used, I feel very happy with them. They felt nice. I mean, orc voices and those types of creatures, yeah, that kind of hurts my throat. But this it's like reverberated the words in my mind. It like a very nice from those guys. Pow. Yeah, should we killing some animals and the raptor. That can be used for cooking, but we're not doing that. Oh, here's a snake. The snake. Snake. Yeah, that's the meme version. You call it used instead of the A and then the E at the end, you just remove the A at the end and ooh, another savory deviate delight recipe. Where did the snake go? There. There's snake. 1 out of 5. Does it have any... Feisty, it does have. I don't remember when they did, like the flavor text is what I'm talking about. I don't remember when they removed, there was one of the expansions when they decided like, oh yeah, like quest items, like this writing seed, it doesn't appear in your inventory anymore. It used to be that all quest items were part of your inventory, and then one expansion they removed that so that you didn't have to carry all that extra stuff in your bags. Oop. But, yeah, so some items that you pick up, like those enervated adders there, now because, yeah, that must have been, it must have been after Cataclysm. I do think you still held on to quest items in Cataclysm. But I'm trying to focus on too many things here. Okay, this is the last plane strider we need to kill. And a raptor. What was... Oh, yeah. So yeah, some quest items like that you pick up, even these nowadays, like with newer ones. One more raptor and then just lashvines. And collect snakes. Oh, that mount is a mount you don't see every day. Yeah, so some quest items, as I was about to say, even these days with new expansions, even after that update, the only way to, because they still put flavor text to some of them, And the only way to actually get to read that flavor text is to click on the item when you loot it over here, because you don't, like this one, you don't get it in your bag and you don't get to see it in a loot window. So the only way to see the feisty flavor text there is to actually click on the item. So I tend to do that with quest items just to see if they do have flavor text, because I want to absorb all the lore possible. So yeah, they added back the Hunter's Mark at some point. But yeah, it used to do... The Hunter's Mark used to have a different icon than this. And the effect used to be that it made your ranged attacks deal more damage against that specific target. But they changed that. There was one expansion where they pretty much... They sort of cleansed the abilities for things they felt unnecessary, because they didn't want you to have too many things, too many attacks. What? Is that a glowing frog? Okay. But... Oh, that's Emerald Boa. That's not the snake I need. Not the snake I'm looking for. That's... for... No. Gone too far. Need to head back. I was talking about, before we end this episode here, I want to finish my thought about... I already mentioned the quest items, and then I started talking about... what did I start talking about? It's completely gone out of my mind. Oh, yeah. Hunter's Mark. Now it does... you can't see it because it's behind my face cam, but it says... apply Hunter's Mark to the target, causing the target to always be seen and tracked by the hunter. On the minimap, that is. So it's very much less useful, but... There was one expansion where they pretty much... They removed all, like, the buffs. Most classes had, like, buffs that you would put on yourself and sometimes onto other people. Like, druids had, like, Mark of the Wild, I believe it was called. I think they've added it back since that time, but... yeah, Arcane Intellect was for mages, and they had many different, like, timed buffs like that. And they sorta removed them and... from the game, because they wanted to... Yeah, clear... That's a white one. 3 out of 5. They wanted to make room for new spells and also have less spells cluttering the spellbook, and it was easy for a character to just keep especially for new people, to keep their keep playing words, to keep it clean down here, like not having too many things. Like right now I have 2 unusable things. I have Multi-Shot and Dire Beast. I'll probably get them here at some point, so I don't want to remove them right now. Yeah, I can get Multi-Shot fairly soon actually, but I want to wait a little bit. But I do think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Boom. Yay! Efter song. Hey! Boom, boom. Yay! Watch some videos. Hey! Boom.